President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga have in recent days intensified efforts for consensus on the Building Bridges initiative ahead of a likely referendum. But what are the chances of success on the consensus search, and how is it likely to affect the strict timelines to any possible referendum before the 2022 polls? Brimi Mwangi gives us a perspective on the BBI backroom power play.
If striking a ceasefire deal was a tasking assignment for President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, then rallying the 47 million plus Kenyans behind their Building Bridges initiative is proving the real headache.
And we'll walk this journey together, the people of Kenya. God bless Kenya.
But how is the BBI technical team likely to admit further changes to the report without compromising the strict timelines to the projected June 2021 referendum? Keen not to set up the BBI report for rejection in totality, key referendum proponents have been rooting for isolation of the main BBI draft's Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 away from any emergent queries on the report. The strategists hoping to crystallize all emerging demands in simple proposals to be implemented through simple administrative actions, through the cabinet or by ordinary parliamentary legislation. A strategy insiders say will sort out, among other demands, recent calls by members of parliament for protection of the Constituency Development Fund and the pastoral parliamentary group demands for reoperationalization of the Equalization Fund.
We have a legislative drafting department of parliament, both houses actually, so we will not have problems. Perhaps it will be good for us to begin now thinking what it is that Parliament as an institution will be required to do.
And these are things that can be fast-tracked, that the parliamentary leadership can fast-track those bills so that they are brought to Parliament as quickly as possible, and even maybe have a time limit.
Yet proposals likely to alter the Constitution of Kenya, Amendment Bill 2020, as already drafted for the referendum, pose a more complex puzzle for Kenyatta and Odinga. Among these being governors' demands for sweeping powers to hire and fire deputies at will, and the rejection of a BBI proposal that will compel governors to pick deputies of opposite gender. Demands that have seen Kenyatta and Odinga convene a consultative retreat with the county chiefs in Naivasha. Odinga and the head of state still grappling with the headache of how to deal with the Deputy President William Ruto-led campaign towards a likely rejection of the BBI.
There is no document which will be 100% perfect. It must have its own shortcomings. 10, 20, which we can address as we are going on through legislative, legislative amendments that we may have with the Constitution. For this one, the train has left the station.
Kama hawatakubali mambo ya consensus na maelewano, basi na sisi tuko tayari. Ama mnasemaje chuka? Wakileta kisirani si BBI tutasimamisha?
Kenyatta's Jubilee and Odinga's ODM parties have already prepared their grassroots teams for collection of the mandatory 1 million signatures in support of the BBI, as the battle for numbers for or against the report firms up across the county assemblies and in parliament in anticipation of the pre-2022 referendum. Brimi Mwangi, KTN News.
And away from politics, the unrelenting